You are not truly loved. You are tolerated. Society has conditioned you to chase approval without warning you that this very approval is the most dangerous trap of all. You were taught to be kind, to be pleasant, to win affection. But no one told you the darkest truth. Kindness is an open invitation for betrayal. The more you try to please, the more vulnerable you become. Every smile, every act of excessive generosity exposes you, and silently, those around you gauge your weakness, calculating how far they can push before you break. And the reality is, most people do not even realize they are part of this game. They have been conditioned, just like you, to seek validation instead of respect. They are taught that their worth is measured by how much others approve of them. But here's what they don't understand. True power is never granted through kindness. It is seized through strategic dominance. Love is fleeting, but fear endures. And deep down, you know this. Love is fragile. It is unstable, dependent on moods and fleeting emotions. The affection you build over years can vanish in an instant, with a single mistake, a single wrong word. But fear is different. Fear is engraved in memory like a scar that never fades. And I'm not talking about the kind of fear that humiliates or breeds hatred. That fear is self-destructive. I mean the fear that commands respect. The kind that stops people from crossing you because they know the cost of doing so is too high. The reason fear lasts is simple. It is a survival instinct. Fear triggers an emotional response that is deeply rooted in the human psyche. Unlike love, which requires continuous effort to maintain, fear stays locked in place with minimal reinforcement. The world remembers powerful leaders, but what they truly recall are those who enforce their will with unwavering authority. Love fades, fear lasts. Here's the reality no one wants to admit. In power, it is safer to be feared than loved. History is filled with leaders who sought love and ended up destroyed by those who swore eternal loyalty. Excessive kindness is perceived as weakness, and in this world, weakness is always exploited. Machiavelli understood this. Modern society pretends to reject his ideas, but secretly practices them more than ever. You've been deceived, taught that firmness is cruelty, that setting boundaries is tyranny. But who benefits from that lie? Those who are waiting for you to drop your guard, to strike when you least expect it. Those who lack the discipline to establish authority are left at the mercy of others. They believe that being nice will earn them respect. But the truth is, kindness alone earns you nothing but exploitation. Those who are overly generous are rarely rewarded. They are expected to continue giving until they are drained dry. People act in their own interests. Their loyalty lasts only as long as it benefits them. Respect is maintained as long as there is fear of consequences. True power has two pillars: laws, which set the limits, and force, which ensures those limits are respected. Laws without force are illusions. Force without laws is barbarism. The wise leader balances both, maintaining order without unnecessary brutality. A leader who relies solely on rules and morality will eventually be overthrown by those who use force. And a leader who rules solely through force will create rebellion. The balance is key. Laws to justify your rule, force to enforce it. You may think this perspective is cynical, cruel even, but look around. How many times have you seen someone too kind get trampled by those they helped? How often does indulgence turn into permission for betrayal? You still believe that being loved will protect you. It won't. The only real protection is respect. An authority so solid that others think twice before betraying you. People respect strength, not kindness. If you ever find yourself in a position of leadership, you will quickly see how people test your limits. They will push boundaries to see how much they can get away with. If you do not set strict expectations early on, they will assume you are weak. True power is not about being liked. It is about being respected, and at times, feared. Because respect, when born from fear, outlasts admiration. This is not about becoming a tyrant. It's about understanding human nature. People respect what they fear losing. They take for granted what is safe. The true leader understands this balance. They control respect and fear without allowing fear to turn into hatred. Because hatred creates enemies, but fearful respect creates loyal followers. Think about the leaders you admire most. Are they loved or are they respected? The answer is always respect. The strongest leaders understand that they must be decisive, even if it means making difficult or unpopular decisions. Do you truly want to be strong? Then stop seeking love and start mastering fear. Be fair, but firm. Be kind, but never indulgent. Anticipate betrayal and prepare calculated responses. Because when the moment comes, when you stand before those who wish to see you fall, it is not their love that will protect you. It is your authority. People forget favors. They never forget the respect you command. Machiavelli was right. It is always safer to be feared than to rely on the fleeting sympathy of love. A predictable leader loses respect. If you always show strength, people get used to it. If you are firm only when necessary, your actions become legendary. Power is not about consistency. It is about surprise. Who commands more respect? The leader who punishes routinely, or the one who reacts unexpectedly when everyone assumes they will tolerate a mistake? The greatest mistake a leader can make is trying to please everyone. The moment you do, you lose control over yourself. The strongest leaders often stand alone. The higher you rise, the fewer people will truly understand your decisions. The paradox of power is that the stronger you become, the fewer people you can trust. But accepting this loneliness is what frees you. It releases you from emotional dependence. Only then can you make objective decisions, unshackled from the weight of others' emotions. Real leadership is not safe. It is dangerous, unsettling. But that is where its beauty lies. The tension keeps you sharp, keeps you alive. If you seek comfort, this is not your path. But if you want to influence, to leave a mark, then embrace the discomfort. Master it, and thrive in it. Greatness is not about always being right. It is about moving strategically, even when you lose. Victory is not in never failing. It is in never staying down. True leaders understand this. Power is not granted. It is taken. And once taken, it must be managed with precision.